See, I thought I was.
where I play a Genesis game and then I say if I like it or not, and the prizes are you are entertained. And
Yes.
you always win. That's what makes this game show America's favorite game show.
Mhm.
Uh,
Right.
also, you get really amazing intros every week, or every,
Yeah.
you know, whenever I do these.
Where I
Anyway, this is
really,
Genesis of
I
Genesis,
just,
and I play a Genesis game. Say if I liked it. I'm Eric Allen. I'm here with Joe Drilling.
I'm here to set you up with a. I'm ready to hit the ice, and you just fumbled it on like an Anthony Rogers scale. So.
What did that ice ever do to you, Joe? That's what I want to know.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Well.
Leave that ice alone. You ice hole.
Okay. No, no. That's okay.
All
So
right.
this is the only version of this game that was not developed by Taito, near as I can tell. Um, so I don't know if that will tell us a great deal about, if it's a lot different or anything like that, but
You know what's really cool
what's that?
is that it doesn't seem like with my new Xbox One dongle that my emulator is recognizing my controller.
Sweet.
I'll try
I love
closing
it
it
when
and
that
reopening
happens.
it. It'll be
It's
totally
a
fine.
good idea.
So what's up with Hit the Ice?
So Hit the Ice is an arcade game from Williams, who is, yeah, actually, sorry. So the arcade game was by Williams, who you probably also know as, they eventually kind of became Midway. They were two different groups, at the beginning, but eventually they merged.
Is
And
he
actually,
known as the bad
Williams,
guy from Double Dragon?
yes. And also, is that Jim Kelly or John Saxon is Williams? Which one was Williams and which one was
That was
Roper?
Jim Kelly was Williams.
Jim Kelly was Williams. So there you go. Bullshit, Mr. Handman.
Reds, blues, pinks, yellows, sky blues. Could not come up with an eighth color that did not
Yeah.
directly somehow involve one of the other colors. I'm glad they went with
Yeah.
sky blues over like piss yellows, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, this game was originally by Williams, who
This guy is wearing a couple of these guys. This guy is wearing sunglasses and smoking. So I think I'm gonna go with the Reds because
there you go. But all of the ports were done by Taito, except for this one, which was published by Taito, but was in fact developed by iSystem Tokyo, according to Moby Games. But the PC Engine / TurboGrafx, because there actually was a US TurboGrafx
a lot of people
release.
making out at this hockey game. Also, there's a
That's
ghost.
there is a ghost. I was just
really
noticing
good.
that. So the Super NES TurboGrafx and Game Boy ports were done by Taito, but this one was done by iSystem Tokyo, who also ported. This seems like they ported a lot of games that Taito published, and in many cases made the arcade version. Nice. That was sick. Spinning, whatever that was. I don't know if that's legal in real hockey,
This
but
team that I picked for the computer is all tens.
oh, I thought you were the
doesn't-
Sky
no,
Blues.
no,
you
I'm
took
the
the Reds because the
Reds.
guy was wearing
Yeah.
sunglasses and smoking. That's
Yeah,
right. Yeah.
Which is what all good hockey players do. Also, apparently, I
absolutely.
control the goalie and my guy, but not the other guy.
That sounds like par for the course for the hockey game of this vintage. Either the like
They keep
NES.
checking my goalie. I feel like that's not really fair.
I mean, in real hockey, it's not allowed. That's goalie interference. But this is sort of this was one of the kind of text is maybe not the correct term, but this is one of the early arcade style, like really smash 'em, beat 'em up,
Fuck.
arcade sports games from Williams, who is like um, Footbrawl 621 AD or whatever the hell that game that was ported to the Genesis is Jerry Glanville's Pigskin Footbrawl, which I don't think we've done on this show yet. We should do that at some point. And Arch Rivals is sort of like the pre NBA Jam, pre NFL Blitz, pre Wayne Gretzky 3D hockey sort of versions of those same like earlier versions of those games. Basically, this is like the pre Wayne Gretzky 3D hockey, ridiculous arcade style hockey game. You just got that dude smoked you,
I
man.
didn't. I'm not controlling him.
Oh, you're not. That's the guy you're not controlling.
Right.
I thought you were controlling the guy with the cigarettes who was smoking because he was
No,
the
no.
cool
I'm
guy
controlling the
that
guy
made
with the
you
one
choose
over his head.
Okay.
The guy doesn't appear that there is any way to change that.
Yeah.
Not that it would matter, because I should also look up what the controls are, because I don't really know.
Give me a second. Let me see what I can put together for you.
Somebody threw an octopus on the ice.
That happens, and so that is a thing that really happens in
Florida,
hockey.
Florida,
Is it Florida?
Panthers, something.
No, I think it might be the Tampa Bay Lightning, actually, not the Panthers.
No.
Almost had him. Let's see here.
I don't know if I can do anything to participate in this fight, or... Like if there's a turbo button, like NBA Jam, or...
I'm working on it.
Passive.
I'm getting you there.
Hey, I'm on the board.
Nice.
Also, apparently there's
figure
no
out how to
offsides
do-
penalties.
No, certainly not. There was a canceled NES part of this. I forgot that that was dumped. I think Frank Cifaldi dumped that. Okay, let's see here. This radical hockey game pits you and your team against some of the toughest skaters ever to burn a hole in the ice.
What? I guess because of the cigarettes.
I guess so. The only FAQ on GameFAQs is for the Super Nintendo version. So pass, shot, and then the shot button checks / attacks when you're on defense. And that's it. It's two buttons.
And there's no turbo or anything like that.
Nope.
I wonder how they're doing that spinning
You're
shot.
playing as the Montreal Reds, which means that your players are Phil Bunker and Dickie Fontaine, with the goaltender Gunnar Hall.
Yeah, Gunner's not so good.
Let's see here. To do a power shot, head to an area of open ice and hold down the X or Y. Well, hold down the shot button as you would for a regular shot. Continue to power up like this for 5 seconds. Your stick will glow bright yellow. So, yeah.
Whoa! Did you? They should adopt that into actual hockey.
I missed the actual.
My CPU guy did like a double somersault in the air.
That was his super shot.
Yeah.
Nice.
Whoops.
Let's see here. So there, I have passwords if you want to like skip to. The Grays are apparently the championship game, so I could give you the password to skip right to the championship game if you want before we're done here. So this game,
We don't count that first period. I'm winning this game.
I like this game, but I think that on the Genesis,
Yeah.
even in
There's
particular,
one
there
hockey game
are
on the Genesis.
well, it depends. There's one arcade. I think there's one arcade style hockey game on the Genesis, and then there's one sort of more simulation style. But Mutant League Hockey, if for this type of thing, Mutant League Hockey, I think is maybe the way to go. It has chainsaws, so it's hard to make a case against chainsaws. And then, sort of NHL, I think 95 is the one that's sort of considered by most to be the sort of definitive NHL
I
hockey
think it's considered by,
experience.
yeah, I was gonna say by most to be like the definitive video game hockey.
Just period
Yeah.
for all time. There is, of course, on the NES, or well, not on the NES, on the Famicom. There's a Kunio hockey game, which of course is very similar to, and in fact was almost released as Crash and the Boys Ice Challenge after Crash and the Boys Street Challenge, but it was canceled because the Super Nintendo was out by then. And I think Taito did the calculus on that and sort of realized that maybe that wouldn't be the most successful move financially. So, but as I was saying before we started recording, now that I have a super gun that I can put JAMA arcade boards into and play them at home, I've sort of become. I've joined some communities on Facebook and stuff like that where people sell and trade arcade boards and things like that. And this is not one that I've seen come up yet there, or really on like the arcade projects forums or anything like that in the time that I've been looking, which either means that it's extremely rare and people are really into it and don't want to let it go, or probably more likely in the case of this game that like nobody really cares, and if it did come up, it probably wouldn't be that expensive.
The puck touched my goal and he fell down.
He fell down, yeah. Now, how come their goalie didn't fall down? That guy tripped on.
They are all tens, so that might have something to do with it.
Man, how bad did you have to beat that guy up to finally get him to fall down?
It's not a great idea to play against the highest rated team in the game.
I like that you couldn't use your other player to just grab the puck while they were fighting.
I mean, there are rules to this game, Joe.
Are there?
Apparently that's one. I don't know.
I mean, nobody's getting called for slashing or hooking or fighting.
Oh, got him that time. But
Or at least you knocked him down, yeah. I can't hear the sound. Is there music in this game or no? Is it just
it's just
sound effects?
The problem is that it's really hard to get your guy back on defense and also play goalie at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, NES ice hockey is kind of the same way, right? Whichever guy you're controlling, you control whichever guy and the goalie.
I can't knock this guy down.
No, your partner knocked that guy down, though. That's for sure. Go for the power shot. Oh no.
I think you have to not have the puck and to charge up the power shot.
Oh.
Well, or maybe it's a timing thing. I don't know.
Oh yeah, because he keeps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that what happened when your dude did the backflip or whatever?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. The computer did that.
Right, but you passed it. You passed it to him, and he did it, or he
No, I think maybe he just
just
did
did
it.
it.
I don't know. You said it was you have to hold the shoot button down for 5 seconds.
Yeah, hold the shoot button for 5 seconds. Hey, Mike's here, and Coffee's here.
Hello.
Hey, Eric, do you play hockey?
Nope.
Oh,
What's up, Mike?
had a whole thing prepared.
Oh, it'd be really cool is if between periods you could play like a old arcade game of some kind. Maybe like
Hogan's Alley.
Yeah.
I don't think. Well, I mean, Hogan's Alley. I guess there's a versus Hogan's Alley technically, but
Ugh.
There was never a Hogan's Alley arcade game with a light gun.
I mean, there was versus Hogan's Alley, but it was just the NES. You know,
Was
it
that
was
just-
the same as
well,
all the versus
sure.
series games?
But with a gun, right?
Yeah.
There was a movie where someone played that, wasn't there?
You're thinking of Back to the Future 2, where he plays Wild Gunman.
Look, I may have
Oh,
lost
well
this
done,
game, but I won the game.
Right.
I just have this dude stun locked, but he won't give up the puck.
The stalemate. What you gonna do now? So, tell me about Hit the Ice.
It's an old arcade
it-
game.
So Williams arcade game that was then the port was licensed by Taito for the most part. So they published all the ports, but this one was actually done by IE System Tokyo. Whereas all the other ports were actually done in-house by Taito, as near as I can tell.
Okay.
Seems a little weird, but yeah, it's sort of the,
No, get up, get up, get up, get up.
like I was saying to Eric earlier, it's in that sort of arch rivals space of like, you know, pre NBA Jam arcade style sports game from basically the same people
Great
who would go
save.
on to
Third
make,
period start, man. These periods are maybe a little too long.
yeah, you know, from kind of the same folks who would go on to make NBA Jam and Wayne Gretzky 3D hockey. You just wallop the shit out of that octopus. See, he was blinking there, but not like
Yeah, I don't know. There must
he
be
didn't
something
do his
else.
front flip or what else or whatever. Let's see if Sega Retro has a manual scan that I can take a look at.
Pass it. Oh,
So I don't want to belittle this game, but it's just hockey.
it's just hockey. It's a
I
two
mean,
v
it's
two, I
very-
guess 3v3, super simple 2-button hockey game. Seems all right. I don't know. There's a guy with sunglasses who smokes. Fighting.
This
but
is
I don't
interesting.
really know
Okay,
how
so so I think I know why Taito actually did the ports. The game was made by Williams Electronics, but it was made for Taito's System B arcade hardware, which is weird.
There's a ghost in the audience, Mike.
Wow, real ghost?
Yep.
Everyone else is saying go go go, and he's saying number sign.
Hashtag. It's
Hashtag
he's
exclamation point.
He was
Well,
ahead
he
of the
should be
hashtag.
saying ST, right? Because everyone else is saying go.
Uh-huh.
Do you see what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm putting down?
I dig.
No.
I dig.
Wait, that's Bugast.
Exactly. It's a go 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 ghost. I ain't afraid of
Big
no
fans
ghost.
of the the dark wave synth band Ghost.
There you go. So the ad for this game
Power drink.
Was probably really good.
It's a dude surfing, and it says "Catch the Taito wave."
That makes a lot of sense.
And on the
That was actually why they named it the Taito Wave.
yeah, right. But it's not just for this game,
Man,
of
these
course.
guys really hate each other. They keep fighting all the time.
I mean, that happens in hockey because sometimes they usually
They're probably brothers.
it incurs a larger penalty if you keep fighting the same dude over and over again.
Fuck, God damn it. I mostly keep giving up goals because I'm trying to get back on defense and play goalie at the same time, and I find that very difficult. Also, I apparently picked the best team in the game
Nice.
to play against.
Oh, that's nice.
So, yeah, this dude is surfing, and on the wave underneath him is Hit the Ice for the Genesis, Hit the Ice for the Game Boy. Let's see. This head-banging, hard-checking free-for-all will rattle your bones and send you flying into the next county. So lace them up and check
Whoa, that guy got
it
grabbed
out.
by the fucking octopus.
That's funny. They must not have known that check was like a hockey term.
Yeah, I'm sure there's no way they knew that. So then right next to that is the Genesis version. That was the Game Boy blurb. The Genesis one says, there's bone-crunching action for Sega Genesis 2, unless you want some...
Sega Genesis 2?
Yes. I need to zoom in on this a little bit more, because it's white text on like blue and white waves, so it's actually really hard to read. Unless you want some free dental work, you better stick in the mouthpiece, strap on the pads, and check it out.
Weird that they made that mistake twice without anyone telling them.
Yeah. Also in this ad, Little Samson, Power Blade 2, Flintstones for Game Boy, and Jetsons for Game Boy. So
Well, the octopus, it's a squid. It grabs them and then sprays ink on them. I don't know. Octopuses, octopi have ink as well.
Oh yeah, man.
do they? I thought that was a squid thing.
I think they both do.
I don't know. I know
Pretty sure they both do.
octopuses can change color and like open jars and stuff, but
No,
Yeah,
most
there's-
species of cephalopod, apparently.
Yeah, they're too smart. I've decided I have to stop eating octopus
Because they can open jars?
because they're hella smart.
Did you not eat
yeah,
pigs either?
if they're not smart enough to not get eaten by you, then I don't see why you should feel guilty about it.
I mean, if they're dumb enough to crawl into those jars and get caught. I
Right.
mean,
That's
that
right.
how
That's
they
how you
do it?
catch octopuses.
yeah, they put it's like a big pottery urn, basically, and they crawl in there and then they can't get out for whatever reason or whatever. Yeah, so this game came out, I remember being aware that this game existed, but I don't really ever remember playing it back in the day. I don't know why. I don't know. This ad is in the same issue of EGM that has a preview for Mega Man 5 in it.
Exciting.
Yeah. And at the top, it says Mega Man Flashback, and it has one screenshot from Mega Man, Mega Man 2, Mega Man 3, and Mega Man 4 each. But it says the game is only 20% complete as of when this preview is written, so...
That seems really early to write a preview for something.
Yeah. Before Mega Man 4 came out, a contest was held in Japan. The contest was to name and or draw the bosses that would appear in the new Mega Man 4 cartridge. Game players throughout Japan sent in names and pictures of bosses they would like to see in the game. Capcom of Japan picked the best entries and consequently created Dr. Wily's new arsenal of super robots. The winners had the privilege of knowing they helped shape a new game.
Just
For
think,
Mega
those
Man
were the
5
best ones.
Yeah, right. For Mega Man 5, Japanese game players were asked to do it again. All of the ideas for game bosses came from the best entries received by Capcom of Japan. Although the game is not finished, we can still show you some artwork of bosses that may be in the final version. And there are sketches of Wave Man, Starman, Gyro Man, and Charge Man, all of whom
They
were,
are all
fact,
in the final version.
Mega
So
Man 5.
Good reporting, I guess.
Charge Man, he's a train.
Best submission.
Mega
Dustman,
cool.
best submission.
One of the largest and most popular series of games has another winner to add to its collection. Mega Man 5 has all of the action, graphics, and intensity of the past 4 and more. That's a fucking lie. Dr. Wily has a new plan to destroy our hero using a different but more powerful and sneaky arsenal of trained super robots. Defeat each robot boss to gain its weapons and fight the other bosses. Mega Man 5 has 5 times the excitement. Man, do you guys remember when game journalism just sounded like fucking advertising copy? Things were so much better back then.
That was objective, Joe.
Yeah.
Objective game journalism.
Yeah, back when game journalism was objective and everything.
Regurgitating advertisements.
Like,
I mean, that was preview coverage until
copy.
like 2010, wasn't it?
That
Probably still
sounds
is,
about
depending
right. I
on
mean,
what
it's
you're
some
reading,
yeah.
right?
It depends on what you're reading. I think.
But like even the reputable outlets, I think, were always they'd give the benefit
I mean,
of the doubt
they
to preview
give the
coverage
benefit of
really
the
hard.
doubt. That, but okay, what I just read literally sounds like Capcom's
Oh,
ad department wrote it and handed it to EGM. I mean,
How dare
Mega
you.
Man 5 has 5 times the excitement, you guys.
I mean, have you ever done any work in journalism? Because it's not impossible that they really did just write that and then someone more or less cut and pasted it. Because they had, 2 paragraphs to fill on a page somewhere.
That's true. Let's see, what else do we have in this Tecmo World Cup coming soon? Cobra Command for the Sega CD. Do you like terrible old Laserdisc games that now like look completely unnavigable because the resolution of the original video has been
You like old hockey games?
reduced
I might.
so badly?
Sega Genesis?
Probably more than
'Cause
Probably-
I don't know that I do necessarily.
no.
I mean,
Air Zonk. There's
I
an
like
air.
some
There's
of
a
them,
2-page
but
preview for Air Zonk in this issue.
You gotta get those
of
Air
EGM.
Zonks.
Set in a shooter perspective, Air Zonk features great scrolling and a variety of weapons. A shooter perspective, you guys. That's what I'm gonna call them from now on. Forget about shoot 'em up. Definitely forget about
What did you miss?
shmup.
What?
I'm just gonna say I'm playing a game that's set in a shooter perspective. Oh, a preview for Art of Fighting, an EGM exclusive Art of Fighting preview, 60% complete, coming fourth quarter for the Neo Geo.
Neo Geo. All right.
And it's 102 megs. It's got that 100 mega shock, man.
Is it the sticker shock from the fucking insane price?
From how much it would cost to own a copy of fucking Art of Fighting back in the day? Yeah, probably. King may look like a male at first, but he is actually a highly trained she. King is the
Okay,
bouncer for the
alright,
Lemoore
that's
Dance
enough.
Club, and she can bounce you off the floor.
Okay, great.
I missed that. It sounded really bad.
I mean, it's,
I can read-
whatever. Anyway, that's it. We're done.
We done? We're done here.
I think we're done here.
You don't want me to read this preview of Streets of
No.
Rage?
Also,
here?
I don't want to play this game where the hockey puck looks like a Hostess cupcake anymore.
Making you hungry?
Yeah. I don't know when the last time I had a Hostess cupcake was, but it was a long time ago.
Yeah, same.
Ugh. All right. Well, that's a hockey game. I don't. It's it's okay, but there's not a lot going on.
Do you think it would be more fun if you were playing against a person rather than like
Maybe,
a
I
computer,
don't
an
know.
AI opponent? This was like scores
there
on
was
you
a certain
repeatedly.
point where I liked these kinds of games, and then there was I feel like that time has passed, and I just go like, yeah, it's whatever.
I mean, it was the 80s, right?
or the like the mid '90s.
The arcade, well, no, early '90s. The arcade version was the late '80s, and I mean, this issue of EGM with one of the worst covers I've ever seen is from October '92 with the ad in it. So on the cover,
You could be forgiven for enjoying a game like this in the 80s and 90s when you were bored and there was nothing better to play, but
Yeah. There's just not enough going on here.
We have so many video games now.
Yeah.
They're all so good.
Are they
Also,
all so good?
In a couple
No,
of,
actually, I
They're all
don't
so
think
good.
they're that good, but
there's a lot of good ones.
some of them are good. A lot of them are good.
Supposedly,
Enough of them are
newer
good to
hockey
occupy our
games
time.
are not. People are not super happy with a lot of those these days.
Hmm.
But anyway,
Sorry?
this was probably
You said
a
it, Eric.
blast 25 years ago, but it's I'm not. I think I've kind of had enough, so we'll leave it there.
All right.
Anyway, that's it for this week. We'll be back some other week, maybe with something else, probably.
Uh-huh.
Good night.